welcome back. In the last video, we discussed few interesting constraint question. Now in today's video, I will walk you through few more interesting constraint questions, and these are the most frequently asked interview questions. Okay. So first question what we are going to discuss is, interviewer may ask you write a constraint for unique number generation. Okay. So well, there are two ways for this unique number generation for an array. One is by using a unique keyword. Okay, so this unique is nothing but a array locator method. We can use that, or if specifically if interviewer asking you to write a constraint for unique number generation without using unique keyword, at that time we can use the nested for each loop. I will explain you that also. Okay, so let me explain you the first way by using a unique method. Okay, unique, which is array locator method. Okay, so first of all we have to write a class. We can give any name. Okay, so I'm just giving here ABC in class, and in this class definition I'm defining a property like this dynamic array, okay, which is of bit type, and size I'm giving 3 down to 0. Okay, you can give any size depending upon the requirement. Okay, so 3 down to 0 means 2 raised to power 4 16, right? 0 to 15 values will be possible here. Okay, then here I'm writing constraint C1 in the curly braces. I'm saying a dot size is equal to 10. What it means, like from a of 0 to a of 10, a of 9. So total it will be 10 elements. Okay, for this dynamic array. And then I'm using unique method. Within curly braces I'm giving this a dynamic array. So it will allocate a size 10, 0 to 9. Okay, and then it will generate a unique value for this array. Okay, and in the post randomize method I'm just printing a value of this a dynamic array using %p. And in the module definition, just I'm defining the instance of the class h1, allocating a memory for that using new construct, and just randomizing using randomizing. Okay, if you run this code, okay, let me show you here. If we run this code, okay, so you will find it will generate a unique 10 unique numbers. Okay, as you can see, 13, 6, 12, 0, 5, 8, 11, 14, 9 and 5. All are unique, no one is repeating over, right? So this is what the constraint for unique number generation using unique keyword. Now, as I told you, if the interviewer is asking you to write without using unique keyword, for that what we can do, we can use the nested for each loop. Let me show you that also. Here as you can see, the same dynamic array I'm defining of bit type 3 down to 0. Constraint I'm giving the size as 10. Depending upon the requirement you can give the size and give the here size for that. Okay, and then what I'm saying, two for each we have to use. So that is nothing but a nested for each. Okay, so for each a of I, for each index of this dynamic array, again we are using another for each of j, and then we are saying if I is not equal to j, what it will do, it will avoid comparing an element to itself, meaning I element we should not want it to be jth element kind of thing. Okay, and then we are saying a of I should not equal to a of j. So it will make sure that every element in this a of I which is different from a of j, okay, meaning both should not be same. So this is what the nested for each loop. So for sure it will generate the unique numbers, 10 unique numbers for this dynamic array. Okay, and just we are printing in the post randomization, and in the module definition just instance of the class, allocating a memory and calling a randomize method. So if you run this particular code, here also you will find 10 unique numbers without using a unique method. Okay, so let me show you the console output. So as you can see, unique numbers are 5, 9, 14, 11, 8, 15, 0, 12, and so on. So each number is a unique. Okay, this is what the another way for generating a unique numbers for an array without using a unique keyword. Now let me show you another interesting question. What the question is, write a constraint such that it will generate a repeating pattern like 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 1 1 1 and so on. Okay, so for this it is also very simple. What we have to do over here is, first we'll define a dynamic array of int type. Okay, then inside a constraint C1, what I am saying, the size of the dynamic array is 20. Okay, 0 to 19. Okay, and then I'm using a for each loop here for each index of this dynamic array. What I'm saying, if I by 4 modulate 2 equal to 0, what it means, what we are saying, we are doing the integers division for this index I by 4, and we are checking whether it is even or odd. Okay, so if it is even, then we are saying a of I is equal to 0, else a of I is equal to 1. Why we are taking 4 here in the division? Because the pattern is saying 4 zeros, 4 ones, 4 zeros, 4 ones kind of thing. If the pattern is like 5 zeros, 5 1, 5 zeros, 5 1, you have to take 5, and so on. Let's say if 8 zeros, 8 ones, then you have to take I by 8. Okay, and so to more clarification, what I'm saying here, if we take I by 4 means what it will do, it will take 0, 1, 2, 3, and it will assign this to 0 0 0. Okay, then a of what is next, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, 0 2. Okay, so this is 4, right? 4 5 6 7 4, again 4 numbers, right? It will be like 1 1 1 1 and so on. Okay, so it will generate a pattern like 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1. If you want, it should start from 1 1 1 1, then 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 0. For that you have to write a of I is equal to 1 over here. So it will generate a pattern. It will start from 1 1 1 0 0 0 and so on. Okay, so I hope it is clear. And just in the post randomization we are printing, and the module definition is same only, like we have to declare the instance of the class, allocate a memory for that, and call the randomize. If you run this code, you will find it will generate a pattern 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 1. Let me show you the result. See, as you can see, 4 zeros, 4 ones, 4 zeros, 4 ones, and 4 0. Now, as I told you, if you want, it should generate 5 zeros. Okay, so if you just give index divide by 5, it will generate 5 zeros, 5 1, 5 zeros, 5 1, and so on. So let me show you that also here. As you can see, it is generating 5 zeros, then 5 ones, then 5 zeros, and then 5 1. Okay, similarly you can give 6 7 depending upon the requirement. Okay, So this is what a question for pattern generation. Now let me show you another interesting question. Another question is like write a constraint for ascending order. Okay, already we discussed this ascending order in the last video, or I think in first video. What method we have used over there? We have used a for each loop, and then we said a of I greater than symbol a of I minus 1 kind of thing we have used. Now here we will use a sort method. Okay, so if you see the literature, you will find this sort method is from the array ordering method. Okay, so this sort method will generate the ascending order for this dynamic array. Okay, let me show you. Here what we are doing, we are defining the dynamic array of size 3 down to 0, which is of bit type, and declaring a rand for that. Okay, then in the constraint what we are saying, a dot size is equal to 10, allocating a size for this dynamic array as a 10. And in the post randomized method we are saying a dot sort, so it will, this sort method will generate a ascending order. Let me show you here. If you run this code, ascending order, it will generate the results something like this. See here, 1 1 2 5 8 8 9 11 12 15. So it is an increasing order, like ascending order. Now here you can see it is like 1 1 is repeating, 8 8 repeating. If you want, it should generate unique and ascending order. For that again is very simple. What we have to do over here is unique of this a. If we use this, it will generate unique and ascending order. Let me run this code and show you the output. So if you see, if you analyze, the numbers will be unique, like see 0, then 5, then 6, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So no, all numbers are unique. No one is repeating over here. So this is what you can use. You can generate an ascending order using a sort method. Now for descending order, it is also very simple. Just we have to use another R sort method. Okay, that R sort array ordering method. It is also very simple. Now if you see this, all the things are same, just in the post randomization, but I'm saying a dot R sort. So if you use this method and run this code, you will see it will generate the descending order values for that array. So as you can see, 15, 12, 11, 9, then 8, 8, 5, 2, 1, 1. Okay, now if you want, it should also generate a unique. Again, here you can give unique keyword, unique method, okay, of this array. Okay, if you run this code, you will find it will generate the descending order, and those numbers will be unique. Okay, no repetition will be. See here, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 9, 8, 6, 5, 0. Okay, so this is what a few interesting assertion questions, those you will find in the interview. Okay, these are the most frequently asked interview questions. So I hope you have understood these questions, and also I hope you enjoyed this video. So thanks for watching this video. Thank you.